It's also been a tricky day at Tesla as multiple headlines are weighing on that stock in today's trade. Piper Sandler lowering its price target on that stock. SAP, the German software firm, saying it is ditching all Tesla company cars. And the Wall Street Journal reporting that CEO Elon Musk has created a culture of drug taking with certain members of the board.
Welcome to Money and Investment, where your financial future starts today. Ever wondered why starting to invest when you're young is a game changer? Let's dive in. Investing in the stock market might seem daunting, but it's a powerful tool for building wealth. Why? It's all about time and compound interest. Starting young means more time for your investments to grow. Think of it like planting a tree. The earlier you plant, the longer it grows and the bigger it gets. Worried about risks? The earlier you start, the more time you have to recover and learn from market ups and downs. And if you're starting at 50, no worries. It's about choosing the right strategies suited to your stage in life. The Tesla stock faced a challenging day with multiple factors affecting its performance. Piper Sandler lowered its price target. SAP, the German software firm, announced the abandonment of all Tesla company cars. A Wall Street Journal report alleged a culture of drug taking within the company involving CEO Elon Musk and certain board members. The report suggests that Musk's drug use was more extensive than initially believed, and the board was aware of it, raising questions about their competence and commitment to shareholders' best interests. This comes amid previous legal challenges, such as Delaware court criticizing Musk's pay package and implying a lack of due diligence by the board.
Praz Sumarain is here with the very latest. That's a lot of headlines, Praz.
Yeah, a lot to go through there, but a lot of people talking about this journal story. Really well-sourced article here alleging more drug use than we originally thought with Elon Musk, a portfolio of different drugs that he's been taking, right? But the big story here is the board sort of knew about more of these things and didn't investigate these matters further. In fact, in some cases, felt pressured to actually take drugs with Musk in order to kind of curry favor with them. So, I looked at this story and I think of it as more of a board sort of not fully competent, not fully out for what shareholders, their best interests. And Josh, I got to ask you, you've been around the Valley. Have you ever heard anything like this before with tech companies?
Well, a common criticism across all kinds of sectors and industries is that CEOs are often too close to the board. That's not, unusual. You'll hear that about a lot of companies. And so I don't know if you would just ding them on that. I guess the question with this story in particular, and to emphasize, these are allegations, right? That's all. That's what we have. Certainly we have seen Elon Musk smoke marijuana with Joe Rogan. He's talked about publicly as a prescription for ketamine. But yeah, to your point, I think the broader story, Praz, is what it means for the board, and are they as responsible as they should be?
Right. When this comes on the heels, of course, as well of a Delaware court slapping down his pay package and implying that the board was not doing its due diligence and its duty. And I think that drugs are salacious, the drug allegations are salacious and all that. But as we're talking about, really it comes to the core of, is this a board that has enabled bad, erratic, whatever you want to call it, behavior on the part of Elon Musk? And is that indeed best for shareholders? And obviously it's a lot easier to ask these questions, Pras, when the stock is down as much as it is down. It's down something like 40% from its highs last year. And I think it's down something like 27% thus far this year.
Yeah, a quarter of the value kind of gone in the last month. And the big thing you mentioned is that case, a Delaware case about how the judge there said that the process to determine Musk's pay was, quote, deeply flawed. The judge said that Chair Robin Denholm was lackadaisical in her approach to oversight with Musk and everything sort of going on with that company. And I think that...
Although, isn't it also true, Praz, just a minute, that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tesla investors saw that plan and voted on it, right? And then Musk hit his targets. We should note that. It's not as though it was under the radar.
Well, the allegation is that they were not transparent enough when they set the targets and that they were sort of low-hanging fruit for him to hit. Isn't that the sort of
But they saw the plan. That's
here?
my point. I just want to make it clear to the audience. It's not as though this is just on the board. Tesla shareholders saw that plan, approved it, and he did hit his targets. Now, some of them are apparently arguing, well, I didn't have all the information I should have 10 years ago. A lot of people, we can also skip ahead and say I didn't have the information I had 10 years ago when I should have. I just want to make it clear to the audience, they did see the plan, correct?
It's interesting because these targets are really audacious, right? And somehow he hit them, and he made a lot of money.
In 2018, people didn't even know if Tesla was going to be around.
Right. But it makes you wonder, sort of Musk has been sort of I don't want to say cagey with the truth, but basically kind of audacious about what the goals can be for the company to hit. FSD is one big sort of factor here. Did he sort of make some promises that weren't necessarily going to be true in order to hit these big audacious goals? I'm just alleging that because he really hit some. If you're a shareholder, you look at these goals, they're pretty very out there. You wouldn't necessarily think they would hit all of them, but they did from a stock price point of view. And then he got the big awards. What does that make you think about what he says about the company going forward? I'm not sure, but the board should be more on top of these things, I think. And then I think you're right, Julie, about that. What are you disclosing about what this package is exactly to the actual shareholders?
Right, and what are the relationships between the board members and Musk himself? You know, it seems like some of them have relationships with his privately held companies as well. You know, also, as the Journal points out, they are unusually well paid versus board members across corporate America.
Right, exactly.
So that's part of it too.
Massive payments. There's one quick thing. I'm kind of curious about this. In the Valley, at least, right, you have a lot of people who are on boards, who are executives, who own bits and pieces of other companies. Was it more so the case with Tesla than other tech companies, for instance, like the PayPal Mafia, people like that? Like, is that sort of the norm out there in the Valley? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm sure any number of directors, probably there is a sense of a kind of live and let live, right? Where you feel like, listen, this guy, when he goes to Burning Man, what he's doing on his own time, you know, as long as it's not affecting the business, maybe the feeling is I'm not going to step in at this point, right? Now this journal article raises a host of new questions, but I think you kind of nailed it. That's sort of what's really being debated here is that relationship.
Yeah, and then long-term value for stockholders, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, most definitely. Yeah. All right, thanks, Pras. Appreciate it.
The Tesla situation presents a complex interplay of financial concerns, governance issues, and allegations of drug-related culture within the company. The allegations against Elon Musk and the board's alleged lack of investigation into the matter have created an atmosphere of uncertainty. Investors are questioning whether the board's handling of Musk's behavior is in the best interest of shareholders. The broader implications extend to transparency in goal setting, executive compensation, and the relationships between board members and Musk's other ventures. As the stock value continues to decline, these challenges underscore the need for thorough governance and transparency measures to ensure long-term value for Tesla shareholders. Ready to start your investment journey? Explore our channel for more insights on making smart, informed investment choices. Remember, it's never too late or too early to start investing in your future. Join us at Money and Investment for more tips and tricks on building your wealth. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out.